Logistics is fundamental to the success of business, as without it, supply chains would be ineffective. It is defined as the element of the supply chain process that plans, implements, and controls the flow of goods and services to the point of consumption. Logistics is crucial in ensuring the supply chain maintains high value, as well as avoids waste of materials and time through effectively organised transport. This report will analyse the role of logistics in the tyre industry by examining the supply chain and reverse logistics process, the importance of information in optimising supply chain management, how that can be improved, as well as identifying the sustainability challenge that faces the tyre industry. The supply chain of the tyre industry begins with raw materials such as rubber trees being transferred to manufacturers where it then can be produced into finished goods. Then, through the downstream supply chain, the tyres are transported to either car manufacturers where they are used for new cars, or to distributors where consumers can then go purchase them. However, this is not the end of the supply chain, as reverse logistics is an important process after the life cycle of the tyres. It is implemented when used products are transported from the consumer back to the producer for possible reuse, recycling, remanufacturing, or disposal. Used tyres can be recycled into retreaded tyres, which are a sustainable remanufacturing process that applies new tread to worn tyres from reusing the casings. Reverse logistics is becoming a more prevalent feature in business as there is a greater demand due to environmental concerns and increased waste disposal legislation. However, for both the supply chain and reverse logistics models to be effective, the flow of information needs to be optimized. It is fundamental for a supply chain to be effective to include a increased flow of information, as it enables a business to match the consumer's demand more closely and anticipate fluctuations of the market. When there is a failure in the flow of information within a company, it increases the probability of a negative impact of the bullwhip effect on the supply chain. A bullwhip effect can occur when orders are sent to the manufacturer and supplier are misinterpreted, thus creating larger variance in the sales to the end customer. Consequently, this variance can disrupt the smoothness of the supply chain process as each link is rendered ineffective due to the product being over or underestimated, reducing the profits of the business. However, there are many options to avoid these types of complications in the supply chain. One of the solutions is to improve software use by tyre companies. As communication is a vital function in supply chain management, it is essential that IT systems for logistics operate efficiently to improve coordination and reduce inventory costs. Existing warehouse management software and transport management software must be optimized to suit the logistics process for tyres and be integrated into enterprise resource planning to improve the synchronization and visibility of resources throughout all the processes in the supply chain. Furthermore, these softwares can be optimized through the use of advanced information technologies such as electronic data interchange, where documents are sent straight through to the appropriate application on the receiver's computer. This improves the efficiency of information flow as it eliminates the step in traditional information systems where an employee has to then forward it to another department. Another method is radio frequency identification, an alternative technology that quickens the handling of manufactured goods and materials through using radio frequency waves to identify an object without line of sight. This system provides improved visibility and increased data on the distribution of the goods in the supply chain, eliminating the risk of incorrect information flow. Implemented alongside electronic data exchange, this efficient flow of information would reduce the likelihood of the bullwhip effect and optimize supply chain management. One of the major challenges facing the tyre industry in Australia and globally is the issue of sustainability. According to research, globally an estimated 1 billion tyres reach the end of their useful lives every year and are disposed of in landfills. Discarded tyres pose grave environmental threats such as increased risk of fire, as well as the contamination of local water systems. More consumers are concerned about the sustainability of the products they purchase and expect companies to demonstrate greater corporate social responsibility with their products. Research shows that 66% of global consumers say they are willing to pay more for brands that practice good corporate citizenship. Consequently, the Australian tyre industry is at risk of decreased demand due to sustainability issues, as around 50 million tyres are disposed of, with only 5% being recycled locally. Therefore, for the Australian tyre industry to stay in business, due to the increased pressure from consumers for more sustainable products, reverse logistics must improve to cope with the increased recycling of used tyres. To summarise, an effective logistics system is fundamental to improve supply chain management. This report demonstrates how additional information processing models can improve the information flow in the supply chain, thus improving business. However, the challenge of sustainability and the need for a reverse logistics model to recycle old tyres is crucial to the success of the tyre industry in Australia due to increased demand for corporate social responsibility.